All right, so most importantly, I want to say I'm having a lot of fun here with this shit. Actually, I'm actually enjoying my time here at the shop. I don't feel like this is a job so much. I'm just enjoying the process here. So like I said the other day when I was talking about this shifter plate, I couldn't find any like walkthroughs for installation for this. It is pretty straightforward. Although I was like, well, some of this shit, some of these little washers and stuff, I was trying to figure out where they go. So anyway, this plate's right here, and the shifter box sits on top of it. So there's 8 holes, 4 to bolt it to the chassis, or the chassis of the car itself, and then another 4 to bolt the shift box to the plate. Now, I was looking at these little washers, and I'm like, well, where the fuck do these things go? Because I couldn't see anything on there on the shifter box. And then I just, I put it in place, and okay, I guess I'm getting a little ahead of myself there. There's 2 holes that are already from factory in the car down here, which is where the back end of this plate is bolted to. Now the other 2, you got to drill a hole for. You got drill holes for, and that's why they give you these nuts. That way you can drill the holes and put it on there, and then you'll have the 8 bolts. They're all 4 and 4 different lengths. These 4 are long, or those 2 are long. These 2 are short. Pretty sure you can figure that out. It's pretty self-explanatory. The shorter bolts go here. The longer bolts go into the chassis. Now when I first got my stock shifter box here, it had it had these metal inserts, and it had rubber grommets. You can see them there. Well, maybe you can't see them because the light's not the best in the world, but there's rubber inserts that are right here in these holes. So, I didn't know exactly what to do there, so I just fucking put the bolt through the spot where it's obvious that it needs to go at, and then when I started playing around with the box, it popped out. So like, oh, okay, so I just push out these rubbers, and I put these metal washers in face down like so. All right. And then, so that's really it. There's no modification for this needed. I mean, of course, you got to run your routing for the cables or whatnot, but there's no modification for doing this. That's the only thing that's cool about the shift plate. The shift plate's very cheap, very affordable, and it goes over like the raised spot in the tunnel, like where the shifter mechanism comes through. It's a raised ring. Well, this is that hollow. The plate is hollow, so it just sits on top of that. Now, of course, we'll talk about the disadvantages real quick, which I really don't think are big problems in my book. Well, okay, so the first thing being that if you want to maintain your stock like shift boot and shit, you're gonna have to cut it out. It's just it's not gonna fit over there the way it's supposed to. I guess I could play around with that a little bit and see how I can do it, but at the same time, too, like, this is going to be a race car, so I don't think I want to destroy that piece. I think I'm just going to keep it intact and just leave it looking raw like this. The second thing being, and this is something I saw on the forums when people talking about the old forums, is like, good luck with your knuckles, you'll smash them into the dash. And you can see that it's mad close. It is mad close to the dash. Now, I'm holding it. Now, if you have a factory shift knob or a traditional big old round ball, yeah, you're gonna be... Not like I did put the shift knob on and tightened up to see if it made contact, and this radio is sitting in here kind of shitty, so it does touch the bottom of the keys. But if this radio is not there, then it doesn't hit it at all. Now with your hand firmly wrapped around it, you can see. Oh fuck! I'm sorry guys. I'm not used to fucking having to hold the camera and film, so I'm sorry I'm being a shitty filmer, camera guy right now. But if you have the ball in here, you got the extra oomph on there, and you grab it at the ball, so you probably will pop your knuckles into the fucking radio. So I guess that, like I said, that is the problem. Now, I could argue again, well, race car, so I'm not going to have the radio there. But, yeah, so my solution is going to be to get around that whole knuckle clearance is I'm going to put the straight shifter, the one where it's just like, it just is cylindrical, not round. So yeah, that's going to be my way to get around it. And that's just because I want to, not be grabbing threads. And it's not, we're not fully mounted here. You can see there's some play because I still got to pop out those washers. And I'm thinking about painting the shifter box so it doesn't look all grimy, and painting the shaft itself. It was rusted up because it's been sitting out forever. So I cleaned it off so it's bare metal now. But, you know, I might paint that. I don't know. It really just depends on the laziness here. Down there, where the cables are run, it's touching metal here. Now, the outer casing of the shifter cable is like a condom. It doesn't really move. So once it's bolted down in place, I might not have to worry about that. I was thinking about notching that, but I don't think it's a big deal. There was a piece of metal that was bolted that goes right there. I don't know if it was just like for an automatic car type deal. Let's see if I can find it. I kicked it, I already got lost. But anyway, there's two 10mm bolts to hold that bracket in place. And I just unbolted that and then pulled it out and it slips out. And then, you know, the previous owner, whoever owned the car before me, already cut the fucking firewalls to run the lines of the shift cables through. So that's already done. But, yeah, it's a super straightforward thing. I think I paid $30 for mine, you know, and like I had one on my watch list for $28. I guess I just didn't pay enough attention. But it's whatever. You know, a couple dollars ain't that big a deal, you know. But, yeah, it's functional, right? My shifter, like I said, my boxes, guys, is rusted the fuck up. So I need to work it, play with it a little bit to get it to fucking move around like it's supposed to again. But the whole point is, you know, I think this is gonna work. I think I still need like the sorry, I'm getting distracted and playing with myself here. Find neutral seems to be a pain in the ass, and I think it's because I don't have these clips right here to hold the cable down. I don't have them for the outside, so I guess I might have to fucking order them or go to Honda and grab some, or whenever the fuck we are allowed to travel around freely or whatnot. Yeah, that's the problem. See, guys, it popped out because I don't have that. I don't have the retainer clips on there right now, so they're just moving around all willy-nilly like they want. And I popped the manifold back off because, I mean, I was just a mock-up. I wanted to see what it looked like and make it look more pretty. But I put the starter on. And next I'm gonna do is water pump and all that bullshit, that assembly right there. And I have my K-tune thingy that I need to block off. The one water pipe. So I'm gonna delete some shit. Like, I think that this is like more of a pressure sensor than anything. Like I saw one at a meet where this plastic shit was just broke off and there's no hole there. So I'm probably just gonna do that, probably break that piece off and use that, keep the plug there as a delete, and nipple off the rest of it. And I'm pretty sure that the delete that I have for this deletes this hose, so I can cap this off, and I'll cap this one off and cap this one off, and just leave that main radiator thing. And I'm gonna do the same shit for that too. I'm gonna delete that. That's a plug. There's a K-tune makes a plug for like $15 or $17, some shit like that. But they also say what the thread pitch is. So I'm just gonna go to fucking Home Depot and get my own goddamn plug and crush washer and block that off. So I'm not a big fan of excessive coolant places, and I don't want to be rewrapping hoses if I don't have to. And so yeah, so I got my other fucking nuts, so that way this is actually properly done. And the cool thing is, I actually have because the intake manifold's on the front and not the back, there's actually a lot of space to work back there. So here pretty soon I'm gonna go ahead and put that back bracket in place down here. I'm gonna fucking so it won't be, if I was gonna be a bit of a pain in the ass to get down there and make the cut I need, because I'm gonna grind the tunnel on the bracket. But I don't think so. I think I might just, I don't know, I might just get like a paint pen or a marker or something. I don't know, figure out something to line up the bracket and then like mark it to see exactly where it is and just start cutting and grinding. But yeah, I feel pretty happy with my little bit of progress tonight. I don't know, maybe like an hour or so here. And so I got the shifter box somewhat mocked up. You know, I don't mind doing like a mock-up, spending the time to figure out how things go, and then come back the next time and actually finalize it, make it a final thing. I thought I was gonna have to take these cables back out because to make room for the bracket, but it doesn't look like they're really in the way. So I'm gonna leave that in place. Just leave those as they are and get those retaining clips. Probably look on eBay tonight. And then, so the next time I come back in here to fuck with this, I'm going to finish bolting that down in place. Another reason why I can't finish it tonight is I need my drill. So I got to get my drill to drill those 2 holes. And I need to buy a couple more jack stands because I've only got the 2. And I want to put this car on jack stands all the way around so that way I can crawl underneath the damn thing. Yeah, you see that little piece over there, that big ass long pipe? That's the pipe I'm talking about deleting. Yeah, so progress made, and that's the name of the game right now, guys. Just gonna keep on making as much progress as I can on a daily basis or a nightly basis during the work week, and then you know, when I have my time off, I'll work on shit at the house, engines I got at the house, and work on the Integra. I have somebody offered me a pipe, and I'm supposed to meet him maybe tomorrow. If that happens, then I'll be able to finish mocking up the intercooler and all that shit. Which reminds me too, I need to grab that half-size radiator, the one I was telling you guys about the other day, right? Ta-da! There it is. Got no fucking fan though. Yeah, it does. Woo! That's cool shit. Yeah. Coño. So one thing at a time here. One thing at a time. And before we know it, this mother cunt will be up. And, oh, the mother son of a bitch is missing a fucking plug. Whatever. I can get that at the junkyard. Not a big deal. But, so, haven't decided on an exhaust manifold yet. There's a good chance I'm probably going to go generic. Generic as fuck. Cheapest I can get. Yeah, I'm going NA, so I don't mind getting the metal, the stainless fucking steel manifolds for an NA setup. Yeah, so do that soon. Once I get the power steering, or not the power steering, but the fucking water pump housing and all that shit on there and taken care of, then I just need to get the power steering delete, and I can put the belts on. And then I gotta figure out what the fuck I'm gonna do next. Oh yeah, if I jack the car up in the air, I guess I'll do I think the brake lines is gonna be the next thing I'm gonna take a look at. Because even if I don't have the fittings, I can go ahead and get the spool of brake line and start like running it in place. And then I just get dig out my flare kit where the fuck that's at. You know, flare the fucking lines, put the new fittings, and I'll probably mount the prop valve somewhere low so that way, you know, it's tucked. It won't be in the bay or anything like that or anything special, but at least it will be out of immediate eyesight. Yeah, like I said, guys, I made some progress today. I feel pretty good about the progress I've made, and now I'll just go home and sit and meditate and think about some more shit that I have that I can put on there, and you know, just knock it out. Make a plan for tomorrow night. All right, thanks for watching, and peace.